Most of the anime watchers these days hesitate to start new animes. There's a number of reasons for that. It's either that they enjoy rewatching their favorite anime rather than starting a new one, or the new animes are just not living up to their personal tastes. For such viewers, Spring 2024 is here with arguably one of the best anime lineups. Each season, we only have 2 or a maximum of 3 popular anime, like we had Jujutsu Kaisen, Frieren, Eminence in Shadow, Solo Leveling, or Classroom of Elite in the last 2 seasons. Luckily, this isn't the case for Spring 24, because we have tons of high-profile anime with massive fan bases featuring this season. This season, which also happens to be the exam season for most students, brings more than 5 anime that fans have been waiting for. Among these anime are Demon Slayer, One Piece, My Hero Academia, Re-Monster, Windbreaker, Kaiju No. 8, Konosuba, Date Alive, Spice Wolf, Reincarnated as a Slime, and Jobless Reincarnation. If you're already watching the majority of these anime, you have our respect. But if you aren't, let us give you a brief description of these anime that might convince you to binge them right away. Let's start our list with My Hero Academia. This anime's been featuring since 2016, and it's become popular immediately after the first season. The story follows a quirkless, or in simpler terms, a powerless boy who comes across the most powerful hero in existence, All Might. All Might takes in Izuku Midoriya, or Deku, our protagonist, and decides to train him, since he noticed his bravery. You may not like Deku crying a lot, but he does have a strong heart, and he cares a lot for other people. All Might decides to make Deku his successor, and thus Deku enrolls in UA High School to begin his journey. My Hero highlights how good emerges from evil, and how evil emerges from good. If you're already caught up with the end of Season 6, let us tell you that Season 7's going with much better pacing, and things are moving quicker than expected. Shigaraki and Deku are almost going to face each other for good this time. My Hero Academia has a little bit of a weird fanbase, but if you ignore him and that purple hairball guy, Mineta, you would be amazed at how interesting and well written the story actually is. If you like fight scenes, battles amongst the strongest characters, school competitions, side characters who are just as important as the main character, a mastermind, and an overpowered villain, you're gonna love this show. One of the most popular anime in recent years, Demon Slayer, is also back with the Hashira training arc. This is one of the most consistent anime with consistent pacing. Demon Slayer started in 2019 and became popular among shonen lovers. They've already covered 70% of the story and are moving forward at a really good pace. The story follows Tanjiro, whose family's killed by the leader of the demons, Michael Jackson. His sister Nezuko turns into a demon, yet shows incredible self-control by resisting the desire to drink blood. Tanjiro's a pure soul who doesn't want others to suffer the same fate as himself, so he joins the Demon Slayer Corps, and from there on, the story continues. Tanjiro's a perfect main character with the most potential, the fastest growth, and the purest heart. However, what makes Demon Slayer so special is their unmatched animation. Even if you're not into shonen or the story, you can't help but be amazed by the breathtaking animation of Demon Slayer. Ufotable's been cooking really well since 2019. Fight between Uzui and Upper Moon 6 from the Entertainment District arc broke the internet. If you're already caught up with the Swordsmith Village arc, you should binge the latest Hashira training arc right away. This arc is focused on letting us get attached to the characters by showing us more of their personalities and backstories. Get some snacks and enjoy the wholesome present, and beware of the manga readers who may want to spoil this wholesome season by telling you about future events. The anime that needs no introduction. One Piece is the anime with arguably the biggest fanbase. The story features Luffy, who's determined to become the #1 pirate of his world. He sets sail to find the treasure called One Piece. This beautiful story shows Luffy's journey of creating his own crew from scratch. Each character has his own story, and Luffy's the type of friend that everyone desires. He truly cherishes the freedom he has, and would go to any limits for his friends. And he never gives up. His journey started in 1999, and is still ongoing. One Piece is the most selling manga of all time, and it's been airing for 25 years now. That alone is enough to reveal that it's a special anime. To have consistent sales for 25 years isn't something every anime can do. The only drawback is that you'll need a lot of time to catch up over the 1,100 episodes, but once you do, you'll always be rewatching this anime. Some viewers may prefer anime like Attack on Titan or Code Geass with no fillers, but if time's not an issue, then this is a must-watch show. If you're already caught up at the end of the Wano arc, you'll be delighted to hear that the Egghead arc is already airing, and over 20 episodes of this new arc have already been released. A new chapter in the life of the Straw Hat Pirates has started, and just like all the previous arcs, this one too is going to be amazing, and long. Based on the popular manga, Re-Monster anime is also airing this season. This is an action isekai story of Tamaki Kanata, who undergoes an unfortunate death and gets reincarnated. However, unlike most isekai anime, Tamaki's not reincarnated as some special being. The reason behind the popularity of this anime is that our protagonist reincarnates as the weakest goblin named Goburu. He took the body of Goburu and retains the memories of his old life. He then undergoes an unusual evolution. as well as becoming strong enough to gain status boosts. If you want to see the weakest goblin become the strongest creature in his world, this anime's for you. It has a unique type of animation, so you won't think of it as an average isekai anime. Unlike One Piece or Demon Slayer, Kaiju No. 8 is a newly adapted anime of the popular and highly rated manga with the same name. This story is about the kaiju, or the Godzilla-like monsters appearing in Japan and wreaking havoc. Many people lost their homes to kaijus. Among those people were the childhood friends Kafka Hibino and Mina Ashiro, who lost their hometown and promised to become officers in the Defense Force. This organization is tasked to protect Japan from these colossal monsters. Decades later, Kafka, who is now 32 years old, has already given up on his promise, and now only cleans up the remains of slaughtered kaiju. On the other hand, Mina has successfully achieved their shared goal. Kafka then meets Rino Ichikawa, who gives Kafka a hint of his past heroic resolve. They unexpectedly come across a kaiju, where Kafka's innate hero rises again and he rescues Rina. Things happen, and Kafka, as a result of this incident, gains the ability to transform into a humanoid kaiju. He decides to use his new power for the greater good. His kaiju form is labeled as Kaiju No. 8. If you're into action and revenge stories, this would be a great anime for you to watch. An action anime with high school delinquents that we all love to see is here. Windbreaker features the story of Haruka Sakura, who has an unconventional appearance and a lack of social skills. The rough treatment he got all his life has made him a proficient fighter. He chose to study at Furin High School, which is rumored to value strength more than academics. Haruka, who loves to find reasons to fight, can't choose a better place than this. One may compare this anime to Tokyo Revengers. While both have their own specialties, one thing you can be sure of is that you will not have to watch the anime character cry for 15 out of 20 minutes each episode. Sorry Takemichi, but you cry way too much. Not even Messi haters cried this much after he won the World Cup. Another good thing about this anime is Kotaha Tachibana. She's the Nobara of this world, and the fans like to ship her with Haruka. The manga readers of Windbreaker are confident that this anime will be a huge hit, and so far, they're right. Other than these anime, we have the new season of Konosuba airing. If you haven't watched Konosuba, then you're surely missing out on a lot of laughs. You won't be bored for even a second, as the life of Kazuma, Aqua and Darkness, and Megami are very adventurous. Data Live has been on a long pause, and they finally released a new season that's been going better than before. If you're into harem anime with funny and beautiful characters, you're gonna love this one. Jobless Reincarnation's been really popular, and is back with the second part of the new season. This isekai anime's got a really good story with funny dialogue, and an interesting cast. However, this may be a little too fan-servicey for your taste. Reincarnated as a slime is also airing this season, and finally, round 2 of Rimuru and Hinata is about to happen. This isekai anime is very interesting with its vast world and how it slowly strengthens our protagonist to the point where he creates his own country. If you're into diplomatic and worldly affairs, you're gonna love this anime. Finally, Spice Wolf is also a highly rated romance anime with lots of fans already. Be careful though, you might fall in love with Holo. You've probably already seen the edits on her cat ears. Amazingly, all these anime are airing in a single season, so it can be said that this season has arguably one of the best anime lineups.